What if I told you the Roman Empire didn't fall because of barbarians? Not because of one bad emperor, and not even because it got too big? For over 1,000 years, Rome dominated the world. It survived assassinations, plagues, civil wars, and economic collapse. So what finally killed the most powerful empire in history? The real reason is darker, slower, and way more relatable than you think. Let's break it down. Most people think the Roman Empire fell in 476 AD when a Germanic leader named Odoacer removed the last Western emperor. Boom, empire over. But that's just the official date. The truth? Rome had been dying for centuries before that moment. And the scary part? It didn't collapse from one big disaster. It rotted from the inside. Rome's government became a power-hungry battlefield. Emperors weren't chosen peacefully. They were often assassinated, overthrown, or killed by their own soldiers. Between 235 and 284 AD, a period called the Crisis of the 3rd Century Rome had over 20 emperors in just 50 years. Imagine a country changing presidents every single year. Through violence, no stability, no long-term planning, just survival. When leadership becomes about ego instead of vision, collapse isn't far behind. Rome was insanely rich, but it was built on conquest. When expansion slowed down, so did the money. They started overtaxing citizens. Inflation exploded. The government even reduced the silver in their coins to stretch money further. That's like printing fake money and hoping no one notices. Farmers abandoned land. Trade weakened. The gap between rich and poor exploded. Sound familiar? An empire cannot survive when the middle class disappears. Rome's army was once unbeatable, disciplined, loyal, professional. But over time, Roman citizens didn't want to serve anymore. So the empire hired foreign mercenaries, many from the same barbarian tribes they were fighting. These soldiers weren't loyal to Rome. They were loyal to whoever paid them. And sometimes, that wasn't Rome. When your defense depends on people who don't believe in your nation, you're already vulnerable. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. Rome became divided. Citizens lost trust in leadership. Corruption became normal. Luxury replaced discipline. The elite lived in extreme wealth, while common people struggled. Public entertainment like gladiator games distracted people from deeper problems. Instead of fixing issues, Rome entertained them. And when a society values comfort more than responsibility, decline accelerates. Quick pause if you love history explained in a way that actually makes sense. Hit subscribe right now. Because the rise and fall of empires isn't just history. It's a warning. And you don't want to miss what we break down next. All right, back to Rome. Rome stretched across Europe, North Africa, and parts of Asia. It was massive. Too massive. Communication was slow. Borders were impossible to defend. Rebellions broke out constantly. Eventually, the empire split into two. The Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire. The West collapsed in 476 AD, but the East? It survived another 1,000 years as the Byzantine Empire, which proves something important. Size wasn't the real problem. Leadership and internal stability were. So, what was the real reason? The real reason the Roman Empire fell wasn't one thing. It was decay, political instability, economic collapse, military weakness, social division. Rome didn't fall overnight. It eroded from the inside out. The barbarians didn't destroy Rome. They just pushed over a structure that was already crumbling. The bigger lesson? Empires don't die from external enemies first. They die when leaders chase power over unity, when citizens lose trust, when wealth gaps explode, and when institutions weaken. Rome is a blueprint, and history has a strange habit of repeating itself. If this changed the way you see history, like this video and comment. Rome didn't fall, it faded. And tell me in the comments, which empire should we break down next? because the fall of Rome wasn't just the end of an empire. It was the beginning of a warning.